next up.
All right, and then I guess we're gonna do our season finale / series.
Season review.
Season review of Andor.
Hell yeah.
All right, we'll start off. First impressions from Mr. Dio.
Are we doing whole season impression?
We'll talk about.
Yep.
I feel like talk about the episode, and at the very end we'll do a brief.
That's how we did WandaVision.
Yeah, okay. I feel like we've given pretty consistent updates on the season that we don't need to do like that much of a. We'll just give like a season score and like thoughts.
Episode 12 of Andor. Yes. We're tying everything up this episode. Everyone be going to the same place to see the fate of Mr. Andor. I'd say it was a pretty good episode in tying things up. Quite action-packed, drama-filled. It was good.
Everyone's here.
Yeah, everyone is here.
It all comes back together. Except for I think one character that hasn't been connected to.
Which character?
Well, I said that out loud and I realized that was actually very stupid of me to say. Of course they're connected to all this, but no.
Who are you thinking of?
Mon Mothma. Not there.
Yeah, no, that's actually going to be my main criticism against this episode, but we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
That's like the whole other thing, but other than that, everything else. I feel like they brought it together nicely.
Yeah. So much tension in this episode. Like, fuck, if you thought the episode where all those policemen get fucking bombed was, like, pretty brutal, this is a lot worse. Definitely, like, this episode, definitely not for kids, I'd say. Like, quite violent, very
need to
dark.
learn about the revolution.
Yeah.
So let the kids watch.
But,
Rise up, kids!
I really liked it. It was season of tension building, and you get this one, which, like, you already established in the last episode, pretty much everyone is coming here. And the stuff tied together in various ways. I don't think this is a perfect finale. There are a couple of issues that I have with it, though. Like one of them mainly reflects the season as a whole. There are a couple of choices in this episode that I wasn't a fan of. However, I think this is a fucking fantastic episode, and like, still some of the best Star Wars we've seen in a long time.
No.
Yeah.
Kill.
I feel like we can go because we mostly want to talk spoilers, but we'll go through the non-spoiler stuff quickly. The acting we've kind of already touched upon. No new characters are introduced.
A few like side characters where they're acting and the way they bring about emotion really pretty powerful sometimes. Yeah.
The show definitely reaches these emotional highs and stuff. That's pretty good. The writing, like, it's hard to talk about anything without spoilers. I guess in a non-spoiler way of addressing, because we've already touched upon it, the Mon Mothma stuff, I don't think it works in this episode. And I don't like the ending. Like, when they could have ended in a much more powerful way, they kind of just went to that. If I'm remembering correctly, it was the last shot.
I think I remember what the last shot is.
But provided there is a post-credit scene, I'm not counting that. Because that's obviously spoilers. I don't care about the Mon Mothma stuff. I hate what they do to one character's arc. I hate it with an absolute passion. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but I feel like there was a character they introduced early on in the show that was very interesting and not really like anyone we focused on in Star Wars before. And like they had like such a strong motivation, you understand it, and then they completely went and fucked it up in this episode. I feel like you'll definitely know what I'm talking about when I get into spoilers.
Right.
But like, I absolutely didn't like it, and it made me very uncomfortable watching one of the scenes that this character was in with another character. Another character that they started to be really interesting, but I thought paid off terribly.
Yep.
But the Andor stuff, like Andor himself and his whole quest here, he returns to do something, but I realize that's kind of a spoiler for what he's going to do, right?
Well, yeah, we can. If you watched the previous episode, you'd know.
but also like
coming back.
something else.
Exactly. So doesn't really. That's what doesn't matter. The police siren probably got picked up in the mics, right?
The what?
The siren outside.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's an Andor reference.
Yes. It's coming to catch us. We're talking about Andor.
Yeah. I thought this is a fucking fantastic finale, though, in regards of paying off everything else, pretty much.
Was it criminally too good, do you think?
More like criminally underrated, am I right?
Underrated.
Because I don't think anyone watched this show.
Seriously?
Which is like not a good sign
actually.
because they obviously poured like a lot of their budget into this one because it looks like much better than most other shows, especially if you're watching Marvel stuff.
Yeah. I talked to my friend about it.
I really hope that just because the viewership numbers, I'm pretty sure they're like pretty low. Just because they're low doesn't mean like.
But the reviews are good, right?
Yeah, but like so is fucking Mindhunter that has perfect reviews. Nobody watched it, and it was really expensive to make.
Yeah.
Which is like I'm worried for Andor.
The way I talked about it to my friend was that, well, I was like echoing your sentiments, but probably maybe the best Star Wars property ever.
Like Loki.
On
the original trilogy aside, I think like this is one of the best.
Mandalorian, this is probably the better or second best.
The actually interesting thing that I saw online is this isn't just a good Star Wars show; it's a good show. Because like a lot of the time, it's like I don't know. When I'm watching a Star Wars property, it's like I'm not just. I don't know. Maybe it's my fan servicey Star Wars fan brain that I'm like, if I see something remotely good in Star Wars, I'm like, this is great. Whereas like, it may not be even up to standards with just like another show or something in the same genre. It's just like because it's Star Wars. Because in terms of an actual track record, Star Wars kind of sucks as a franchise. I think it has more misses than it has hits.
Yeah.
Like if we're going to go like sequel trilogy, miss. Prequel trilogy, pretty much a miss. Original trilogy, good. Then you've got the various spin-offs.
I mean, even the originals, they weren't like... They're impressive at the time and like it's a good story and all, but they're like not the best at what
I feel
other
like
movies do.
No, I think they are. Because they said a lot of stuff for modern cinema. So like, I'd say...
VFX-wise, yes. But
VFX-wise.
movie-wise, there are better movies at the time.
I mean, I like the stories. I feel like if you watch like a lot of Japanese cinema, you might think it's not as good or something. But like in terms of like the Western media, because it brought a lot of stuff from Japan, obviously, into this in the way it told its stories and stuff. I don't know, but I really like the original Star Wars stuff. But yeah, this one is definitely one of the better ones. In my opinion, it's probably my favorite Disney Star Wars thing, other than Rogue One. I don't know why I'm looking at you for this. Like, this is me thinking to myself.
I rewatched Rogue One relatively recently, only because Andor came up, and I already don't put my thoughts on it all.
Yeah, I feel like this show makes me want to watch Rogue One again. But yeah.
I did watch Rogue One. Yeah, I don't know what my thoughts on it are anymore.
Yeah,
it's great.
That
is my eternal struggle as a movie reviewer.
For real. Yeah. So, any other thoughts on the writing? Yeah. What were the things you didn't like? Because I feel like.
Even though everything ties in together, not everything was resolved.
Because season 2, yeah. Which is like the one thing I'm like, okay, cool. They confirmed a season 2 before season 1 even came out.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, it's not gonna get like fucking cats.
I guess it's like the best compromise they can do. Just like I guess tying everything together.
Yeah.
But they still need those for the next season.
Yeah.
I don't know which character you didn't like, but I might have a thing on that, but I don't know which one you're talking about.
It's not really a character,
or like
it's two
whatever
characters.
Thing, yeah.
And it's their interactions with each other. We'll get to it later. It's
Yeah.
going to be like really obvious when I say it. But yeah.
Right.
The character interaction is weird. Not the characters themselves
Yeah.
necessarily.
Okay. So writing done.
Sure.
Cinematography I think is good.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Probably very good.
Yeah, very, very good. Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Editing
Nice.
and editing visuals, I think same boat.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the better looking Star Wars things. Not just things.
Thingies.
Yeah, I don't know.
Foul thingies.
Yeah. Good looking stuff.
Yeah.
Sound stuff. Music.
I didn't pay much attention to Star Wars.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
I mean, Star Wars always has pretty good sound design in terms of actual sound
Yes.
effects and shit.
And what I just was thinking of this episode is with all the tension and stuff, the music and sound effects really helped amplify that.
With the anvil and shit like
Mm.
that. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, you like when in Minecraft when the anvil drops on your head
Yeah.
and you instantly die.
Oh, I don't, this is like, sorry, this is not related really, but kind
Not
of.
related to Minecraft. Me bringing
Yeah.
on Minecraft, which is not related
Yeah.
anyways.
In terms of like visuals and stuff, I think the stormtroopers in this episode are actually scary.
Because they have guns and the people don't.
I mean, yeah,
We'll
but
leave it
like
at
they can
that,
actually
yeah.
hit people.
Yes.
Oh
It's
yeah,
fucking
they
crazy,
don't
dude.
miss. Yo,
They don't
what's
miss.
up with
They don't
that?
miss. They don't miss. They don't miss.
Is that enough for non-spoiler?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I reckon.
Because let's just jump into the spoilers. There's a lot more to talk about here.
Let's go.
Oh, that last time.
Did it bust out for the last review though?
As in,
No,
like,
because I wanted to bring this one in for Andor. I'm
Alright.
surprised you were halfway during the recording.
Oh.
I brought my recorder today.
was a trick all along.
Yes. How's the man going? No? Never mind. Doesn't matter.
Do it.
Alright,
Anyways, hello. Sorry, I bumped my mic.
Yeah, so I guess you want me to talk about the thing. The fucking policeman, dude. Why is he having a romance with the fucking ISP agent, bro?
It's not even a romance, or it's just a weird. The
Bro,
scene they
it's
have,
fucking
it's just like
weird.
weird tension. I'm like,
And
what?
she's like, why'd you come back here? And he's like, oh, I came back for you.
Was that supposed to be romantic?
Was it? I don't know,
It didn't
bro.
feel
It was
romantic
really
in the
awkward,
slightest to
bro.
me.
It
It
was-
felt like something they might have wanted
Mm.
to open the possibility of that. I didn't
It was
feel
so
that
fucking
it was
awkward because,
just
like,
directly it was just felt awkward to me in that
His
moment.
motivation is meant to be to fucking bring justice and shit, right? If his motivation is coming back for her, then what the fuck?
If coming back for her meant I'm coming back for you and your ideals, and I believe in you and I will follow you.
Bro, he just simping for
Or he's just simping.
yeah, I don't know. I didn't like that. That entire scene made me uncomfortable. I was with my
Same.
roommates, so I was just like, I don't like this at all.
Yeah, I
So-
didn't know what was happening. I was like, what is happening?
It also, I don't know, because she was like fascinated by that. I was just like, I don't know. She's she's kind of a shit villain now.
I thought she was just like very flabbergasted from being stampeded over.
Yeah.
Steve Lacey concert, dude.
Yeah, it's lazy.
But wait, a fun fact? The Steve Lacey
Fun
concert in
fact.
Melbourne was they had a fucking rush for the doors.
They break their
Oh, yeah,
doors.
so like the context of that one was, all right, Steve Lacey's coming to Melbourne, and he gets TikTok famous, right?
Oh,
And so like a lot more fans than usual try and go to the concert, so they upgrade to a bigger venue. Thing is, everyone's paid for GA, but the place has seated,
okay.
so it's first come, first served.
Yeah,
Terrible idea.
push people over the seats. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that aside, yeah, did not like that scene. And yeah, generally maybe hate, like, I kind of hate those characters now and I don't care what happens to them.
Fair enough.
Was Saw Gerrera meant to show up in this episode?
No, I think his stuff was left with Luther in the last episode, as last episode was the resolution of that Sorcerer, kind of the ultra. What do they call, like, the extremists?
Yeah.
The extremist rebels.
I assume he'll probably be back next season though, because he's in Rogue One, so they're still trying to bridge the gap. I don't care about the politician subplot, and I don't really like how the big, like, after you got all this big dramatic stuff in the middle, they're like, I guess big stinger is the fucking wedding. Well, not wedding, like the children's meeting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't know.
We've been brought up. The writing of the kid not resenting her mother.
Yeah.
And what are we supposed to feel? Do we resent the kid as well a little bit? Are we supposed to take Mon Mothma's side, or?
Though, fun fact,
that's just the whole thing. I don't understand much of the relationship or like the thoughts behind that bit.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just like me with my Star Wars Frango. Like, I don't give a shit about this fucking
the fame.
I don't know. It might be better written. I just not paying that much attention. But I know it did seem like it was just a bit of a step back from the fucking highs of this episode.
Yes. Well, I guess the political storyline, I think, was well written as a political drama.
Yeah, but I don't think it really
directly relate to whatever's happening, going on in the field, But it's somewhat important in the rebel thing.
Yeah,
I think just plot wise, it's going to be important.
Yeah.
Just for this story, nah.
What do we think about the Luther stuff in this episode?
Luther, he's a cool guy.
Interesting, yeah. He's an important figure.
Yeah. Do we get his full motivation now?
Not yet. We don't know his full backstory, but we got a glimpse of it, I think.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed by not like having enough. It'll be the season, and I'm like not really fully invested in him yet because I don't know enough about him.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I kind of really, I don't know. He hires like assassins to go after fucking Andor, and I'm like,
well, now we know he's bad to the bone. As in,
it's a little bit unnecessary. I don't know.
That was me thinking. He was protecting the rebels because Andor had the possibility as a loose end to.
I thought he's just protecting himself because he knows his identity.
I feel like
also because
Andor
of the robbery.
That's
because
he did the robbery.
Yeah, he did the robbery.
I think it's main. I personally took it as like it was about him.
But he's a big
but it seems
pusher for the rebel movement.
Yeah, especially in this episode, you get like bits of him looking at the calamity and he's in shock, and I'm like, oh. I feel like his arc is a bit too similar to Andor, though, in that sense of like.
But he's already in the.
But he's already in the movement, yeah. But I don't know.
We're shown like he'll go to any length to do whatever he wants to do, and I guess that's his thing in this season.
Then they team up at the end.
Because Andor convinces him, hey,
by
I'm not such a bad guy after
fucking
all.
Kill me or let me join you.
Well, in the first place, didn't Luther kind of just saw the potential in Andor?
He saw the potential in Andor to begin with. And then now it's like, so you're one of us now. For real.
Yeah.
For real. Well,
before you were just in it for the money. Now you're in it for real.
But Luther's got to fucking die in the next season, bro. He doesn't make it to Rogue One.
Probably.
Yeah. Any other things the episodes you want to address other than this credits?
What do you think about
what the dog's doing?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Bix is like fucking.
Her whole function is to be the damsel in distress. In the last few episodes.
I guess, because her psyche gets broken, but now I guess they can't really make her a POV character anymore.
Yeah.
Because she's kind of fucked. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think she did enough in this episode because she can't really do anything.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Her character is essentially kind of killed off.
Yeah, it's like
in terms of a character
I guess
assassination.
Killed off just for the sake of Andor saving her. And
Yeah, I'm a
you
little
know,
bit disappointed because she was a really strong character at the start. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm not too pleased.
I actually didn't really think about that properly until you brought it up. Thank you for.
Which I guess is kind of like we've already got so many egos and personalities in this last one. Bix's character took up a lot of the first half of the show. Do we need another big character to?
But I mean, don't just.
Well, yeah,
to
like,
load up the.
But like, if you've already established her as a big character, like you can't really get rid of her without it feeling weird because it's just like one character's gone. I don't know how they're going to do it the next season, but I hope they don't do it to all the characters because they have to. Because basically, like every character is not going to make it till Rogue One, kind of,
or at least the rebels are so detached from society and the rest of the galaxy that they can't. There is no way they can interact with their loved ones.
Yeah,
like in Rogue One with Mon Mothma, we don't see. She just left the family, I guess. Is the assumption?
So to be fair, we don't see her enough in general.
Nah.
We get her for one scene. I'm gonna say, well, at least I don't give a shit about the villains.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
I feel like I'm too harsh on this episode, even though I think it's a really good episode. Yeah.
Yeah, the villain bit. I don't know where they're going.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah. So I guess we can talk about the post-credit scene.
Sure.
Yes.
Death Star. Ow.
They
That
build
hurt
it.
my arm over like that.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, they're building it. I wonder what's going to happen to it.
Gonna go boom boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
Do we have anything else to say?
Post credit scene's ironic because they're taking the parts that Andor's making in the prison to build the.
Oh yeah.
Death Star.
Loops
Cool.
back.
Who comes back?
And then he's going to be the one to
That this helped destroy it.
destroy. Very cool. You know, this also just ties it together better. So shall we give final verdicts for the episode?
Sure thing.
Yeah. Righto, people of the world.
Episode 12 Andor.
Episode 12 of Andor.
Jinx.
It was 1 second apart.
Fuck it, I don't care.
Jinx, do that then. Yes, I'd say it was a very strong episode, although it still had its flaws. What you do? You break the chair?
More.
It's
Bro, he did it again.
Oh my god.
Remember when he broke the chair in the Suicide Squad review?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Keep
my
breaking
god, this
chairs,
is.
man.
Oh, it's actually, you know,
I'm the chair killer.
you know how we have an Instagram now on holly.pod?
Yes.
I was looking through because we have like the reels of our skits and stuff. And I
put
was
those
watching
up.
the fucking Jungle Cruise one again, and that was very funny.
It was fun.
Because Sonny's acting whenever he'd go, "What if two cowboys kiss?" And he looks off into the distance and it overlays.
To be fair, the editing was good on that one. The editing really helped with that one, but
yeah, that was funny.
I did really forget about our skits. Then I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I
our
saw myself with
skits.
a beard, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
well, to be fair, this is beard stuff.
Oh no, that was beard,
That
dude.
was
That was
beard,
like
beard.
fuck.
It was
yeah.
2020 pandemic.
We were into the pandemic, yeah.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
And I don't know what we can talk about this later if we just want to.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
I'm just like,
God.
man, why did we? Why was the thing for us to wear the formal stuff on top and then just to wear like fucking shorts underneath? Looking back at that, I was like,
There's the Woo Awards.
that was the Rule Wars,
Yeah,
but
that
that
was
was
the
also
Wars,
Jungle
yeah.
Cruise because I was trying to play.
Yeah,
bit dumb.
Disney
Yeah.
individual.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah.
But it's like that was a look, and I don't like it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't like how I lived that one down.
I don't like the beard I had either. Like, fuck. Yeah.
But you're always
Remnants
sexy.
of the past.
Yeah.
I had weird hair on that particular skit. Yeah, it's too short, but not long enough.
Yeah. When I look back at it, the writing that I had was bloated. I have one monologue that went on for way too long than needed to.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
still fun.
Ooh,
I
what if we had
remember
a space
writing that. That was weird. Yeah.
Writing
It was kind of
exercise.
funny. I don't know. I thought it was humorous.
do
It
more
was humorous.
skits.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me want to do a run back, do some more skits, but better.
Oh, we gotta get started on
Wink,
the
wink, wink.
awards. Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll
shit, yeah.
do that.
We should, yeah. But anyway, what was your score?
Yes,
score?
Andor episode 12, very solid episode, but it still had its flaws, you know. Yeah, I liked it. I give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Also an 8 out of 10. The same
What?
things as
Straight
Dio.
up. Straight up, man. 8 out of 10's all round.
Strong finale.
Dude.
Pretty
Then
nice.
we can go ahead and give your thoughts on the season and give it a
Oh,
score.
yes. Very cool season. Good show overall. Very solid. I'd say the best Star Wars show since Mandalorian. Say on par, maybe even better. I haven't thought about it that much, but yeah, it's on that level. I'd give it a solid. I give it 9.
Man, what did
Ooh,
we
that's
give?
like one of your highest scores you've ever
Nice.
given, I think. Yeah.
What did we give Mandalorian?
Would have been
Don't
kind of
know.
higher.
And to be honest, I'm not even like comparing my score to
Yeah.
that one. I'm just going on
Because
what I feel
they're
in the moment.
pretty
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
They're in their own realm. But I do feel like I want to go on the realm of the Mandalorian comparison with this show, however, even if it's like completely different. Where I felt like this one, sort of the payoff at it would be my score for the episode more so than the actual season. Yeah, that one no. I was just gonna say like the payoff at the end was not as like on the same level as the Mandalorian payoff at the end. But no, the season as a whole, man, that was a journey. I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know, like an 8.5. That's just the number that came into my head.
Yeah, I think. My thoughts on the season. One of the better Star Wars properties. I think it has really high highs, and like at its worst, there are moments that are like, I guess, mid in terms of some arcs I don't care about that much. I think the payoff could have been a little bit better, but I understand there's 2 seasons and they haven't fully tied everything together. But yeah, I really like this one. I'm gonna give this one an 8
Very nice.
with a combined average of
8.5.
8.5.
Yo.
You're watching a clip from the Unholy Trinity podcast, available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
And a little teaser for you guys watching.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Fucking subscribe, you dogs.
Ah.